Hello everyone, my name is Folco Soffietti. I'm a PhD student at University of Venice, and today I will present this study entitled Designing Policy Interfaces, Spatial Data Usability and Interactive Governance, developed along with Professor Giannisini and Professor Francesco Musco. This study focuses on the Gironde and Pertuis Marine Natural Park Digital Management Plan, and the presentation will walk you through the motivations, methods, findings, and implications of this work. First of all, it is important to acknowledge that there is an ongoing digital transformation that is reshaping environmental governance tools. And the Gironde and Pertuis Marine Natural Park has adopted an interactive web-based management plan that moves well beyond static PDF documents and offers a more dynamic and relational navigation. This, of course, aligns with European Union frameworks, such as the INSPIRE Directive for spatial data infrastructure, but also the Maritime Spatial Planning Directive. The aim of this study was to analyze the Gironde platform as a model for spatial data usability in policymaking context. We used several methods. First, a document analysis covering the management plans, its cartographic annexes, and the Sim-Atlantic project outputs. Second, a user experience evaluation of the portal. And third, a semi-structured interview with an ex-expert from the French Office for Biodiversity. The interview explored the motivations for developing the digital plan, the intended users, and expected use cases. Links between the paper-based and digital versions, the participatory process that allowed for the development of the interactive platform, and of course the key technical and design decisions, but also the constraints and the opportunities that were present and that were seized during the development of the platform. Then, of course, we also ask about issues regarding transparency, updatability, and long-term maintenance of the platform. Technical but very important aspects to be considered when developing such tools. So, in terms of key findings, we found that the portal is not legally binding, but is operationally valuable. It serves as a communicative tool for institutional stakeholders, policymakers, and project developers. It supports decision-making through features such as a map export and shareable URLs, and it enhances transparency and dialogue between institutions. In this short video, you can see a little bit of the operability of the tool, and you can see also how there is correlations between different features, for instance, the actions and the measures, and of course also there is the possibility to download key documents. Of course, this is just a short overview to give you a bit more of detail into what the tool looks like and how it works. So, getting a little bit more into detail in the key features, you can see that the platform's features a dual screen layout with a Web-GIS interface on the left and a sort of editorial factsheet on the right. Navigation is relational, linking stakes to objectives, actions, and monitoring elements. The maps are dynamic. They allow overlays, metadata access, and downloads, and they are embedded in a contextual storytelling framework for spatial data. In terms of the participatory and adaptive dimensions, the tool was developed under the Sim-Atlantic project, and the portal addresses needs for complexity management, continuous updates, and effective visualization. It increases visibility of decision-making logic, and it makes governance more transparent. While it is not aimed at the general public, it is open access, and it can still enhance transparency and can support education and awareness, even if, of course, it remains a technical tool. From a UX and design principles point of view, we can see that the portal is task-oriented, it is accessible, and it provides responsive feedback. And in doing so, it aligns with the ISO principles. It is modular in its architecture, and it does reduce cognitive load, and the iterative user testing improved usability. However, the performance limitations remain, such as the fixed dual pane interface and occasional bandwidth constraints. From a governance point of view, the portal's relational architecture links ecological stakes with management objectives and actions. It bridges marine protected area governance with maritime spatial planning. It aligns with multi-scale adaptability needs and occupies a space between normativity, meaning legal authority, and informativity, meaning the provision of actionable data. From a policy and practice impact point of view, the portal improves the legibility of governance processes and supports possible future scenario exploration and stakeholder preparedness. It offers a replicable model for European Union digital tools and could, of course, in the future, serve as a legally validated planning instrument. But of course, to achieve this sort of use, including the scenario exploration, it would need some improvements. And the legal binding aspect is, of course, of great importance. And as we said at the beginning of this presentation, it is not at the moment a legal document or tool. Coming to the conclusions, the Gironde portal, it is quite an innovative and interesting example of an interactive data-driven planning tool. It enhances accessibility, transparency, and adaptability in marine governance. And it mediates between legal authority and user needs. Of course, there is still room for future research that could examine the impact on stakeholder behavior or planning cycles, institutional memory, but also if decision making and especially decision taking was made more effective and faster compared to traditional document PDFs or other sort of documents that are currently in use in managing coastal and marine areas. We would like then to, of course, acknowledge the main sources that fed this study, namely, of course, the report that describes how the platform was created, but also the design standards that we consider in our analysis, of course, the description of the plan, and a set of key literatures in terms of maritime spatial planning and how marine protected areas are developed and managed. So I thank you for the attention. As I said, I was Focus Offieti from the University of Venice. If you want to get in touch, please do so. And thank you very much for your attention.